Well everyone, the Samsung Galaxy A14 has been out for a couple of months now, which is pretty surprising. So let's go and take a look and see how this thing holds up in the middle part of 2023. Now first of all, on the outside, this phone still has a pretty big 6.6 inch PLS LCD panel. It's a 90Hz display as well, 1080p, and overall I think Samsung did a decent job with this display back then, and I still think it holds up very well in 2023. Again, it's not like a perfect display, it's not really that good, but for how cheap this phone is, I think it's actually pretty decent for it being one of the cheapest phones that Samsung actually makes. Now you're still getting like this Infinity U display, which is nice. You're getting a little bit of bezel at the bottom. It's not an OLED display, but it's good enough for the most part. On the bottom, you are getting a USB-C port, which is really good. And you're also getting a microSD card slot on this phone as well. And I still don't understand why they're putting microSD card slots on this phone. Like, I love that. I hope they keep doing it forever. But how are they able to put them on such cheap phones like these ones, but on the more expensive ones, they just don't put them in anymore? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me at all. Now in the back, you're basically getting these like this plastic back. And it's funny because this back on this phone, again, this is the cheapest Samsung phone they make. For some reason, they kind of copied this same exact design for the Galaxy S23. I don't know why they did that. They shouldn't have done that. They should have made the S23 design a little bit more different than this one. But there's not much we can do about it. I guess it is what it is. There's no wireless charging on this phone. There is no IP certification either, which is kind of weird. But it's actually kind of understandable because it is kind of an older phone when it comes down, or it's a cheaper phone, so it's not really going to have the most amount of features. So in terms of that and on the outside, that kind of covers it up there. In terms of the camera, you're still getting that triple camera setup on the back, but it's really just a single camera setup. It's a wide macro and depth lens, and you can do 1080p at 30 on the front and 1080p at 30 on the back. This camera really isn't that great. And you're not even really getting that many features built into this camera compared to something like even like a Galaxy S8. So I would probably argue that a Samsung Galaxy S9 camera is probably a better camera than this thing. A Galaxy S10 camera from 4 years ago is a way better camera than this thing. So you were getting like not a bad phone, like this is still a pretty decent phone for its price tag, but the camera just really isn't that great here, and that's just kind of what's happening when you're getting a device like this. Now software wise, currently we are on Android 13, which is a pretty good thing going on for this phone. The fact that we have that type of capability on this device is actually really nice, and I really do like seeing that. But within this phone, we really don't know how long this device is going to last, and that's just kind of what happens again when you're getting a device like this. It could theoretically last for hopefully a long time, but we really don't know, and we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. On the performance side, we have that Exynos 1330 chipset inside with basically 4 gigs of RAM on the base model, but it does go up to 8 gigs of RAM. And I think with this type of performance of this phone, again, it's kind of in the middle of the road. You know, it's one of those devices that you basically buy and it's not going to be giving you the best performance. Like, I'm sure you can do some decent things on it, but if you're trying to go ahead and replace like if you're trying to get the similar performance of like a Galaxy S21, that's just not going to happen here. This is going to be a very, very basic level performing device. And a Samsung Galaxy S20 from 2020, a 3-year-old phone at this point, over 3 years old, that's probably going to be giving you a better performance overall than something like the Samsung Galaxy A14. So the only really amazing thing going on for the A14 is probably the battery life, to be honest. Other than that, I'm not the biggest fan of the Samsung Galaxy A14. So to kind of sum it up, for $200 in the brand new market, you're probably better off buying like a used Samsung Galaxy S21 or something along those lines rather than buying a brand new Galaxy A14. So that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, till then.